bienvenidos, what's good? Hi guys, as you guys can see from the title, today we are doing a review on this new What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette. You guys, I am speechless at this palette. This was sent to me in PR. I had asked you guys on Instagram whether you guys wanted me to just do an eye look, whether you wanted me to do a swatch and review, or all of them combined. Everyone basically said you wanted all three combined, so that is what I'm doing today. I actually took this a different way on purpose. I'll explain everything to you guys in this video. So if you are interested to hear all about this palette, swatches, what it entails, what my thoughts are on it, and this eye look, stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so we are talking about What's Up Beauty, and if you have been here for a while, you are fully aware of how much I love this brand, how much I love their products. 95% of the products that I've tried from them, I have loved. I've only not been a fan of one thing, but that's one thing out of quite a bit that they have sent to me and I have tested out, and I am just so in love with this brand. I really, really am. I'm nervous that they're gonna blow up and they're gonna forget all about me. And then I'm not gonna be able to do as much reviews as I do because I just adore them so, so much. So they just recently released this. As you're watching this video, this is now live. You are able to purchase it. I will put a link to this palette down in the description box. I do not get any money. I do not have an affiliate code. I don't have anything. This was just sent in PR for me to let you guys know about it if I chose to. So there is no strings attached at all, but I am such a fan. You guys know I love this brand. This is their newest palette. It is live today as this video is going up. This is called the Dragon Eye palette, and this packaging is raised, you guys. I could feel the actual packaging. It's so beautiful. You guys know my favorite color is green, and just look at the packaging itself. For an indie brand, and wait till I tell you how much this is, you're gonna be blown out of it. Just puts in perspective other brands that like to hike up their prices and it doesn't look anywhere near as amazing as this does. This is why I'm very hesitant when I try different indie brands, because I feel like I'm trying to pull a fast one nowadays. Not all, but some. So this palette is $45, 45 US dollars. That's ridiculous. You're getting a palette that's talc-free, clean, cruelty-free, sustainable, and it's also made in Italy, not China. You have blinding and shifting shimmers, creamy mattes, and the packaging is 30% post-consumer recycled material. So if that is something that you want in your brand, you look into your brand, this brand does put that into perspective, tries their best to be able to do that, you guys. You've probably seen a bunch of videos on this already, but look at the beauty of this. Now, I will be honest with you, and this color story reminds me of spring, it reminds me of April, reminds me of May, but it doesn't mean that I can't wear it now because it does have its cooler tones. So you are getting 5 mattes, and the rest are going to be shimmer, and some of them are duochrome, multi-chromes in here. Oh goodness, if you've ever tried any of their palettes before, it is exactly the same formula. I know some of you guys did purchase the Geode palette and you weren't a fan because it was glitter toppers. These are not all glitter toppers. These have some sort of base to them. Not all, but some do, and some are glitter toppers, but you're still getting a color to it, not just as it's not a full-on color with some of them, but it's not a glitter topper like, for instance, the Mario palette or like Space Cowboy from Urban Decay. It's not toppers like that. You're still getting some sort of color to it and dimension to it. It's not a solid just glitter topper where you could put it on anything. It will change the shifting or the color of your eye depending on what you have under it. It's just beautiful, you guys. I am in love with this palette. I think this is, every time they release a new one, I love it more than the last one. And I can't, I'm lost for words. I just love this so much. So obviously you can see this. And I love the fact that these are made in Italy, so the quality is amazing. The mattes are just as buttery, as creamy as anything. They blend like a dream. It is amazing. The shimmers, like I said, have some of them are toppers, some of them are duochromes, multi-chromes. It's absolutely beautiful. I am showing you guys, I'm hoping by this point I've shown you guys some swatches of this palette so you guys can see them up close. I don't have to dig in here. I barely rub my finger. Look, watch. I'm going to barely rub my finger on this shifting shade. This is like a green on camera, but if you shift it, it looks purple. See it in the mirror? I don't know, can I show you? Look, it looks purple. You see it up there? It's purple. It's just so beautiful. So anyway, I'm going to just go like this, barely touching it, and look at that. It is absolutely stunning. This is the one that I just love. I don't know, can you see the shiftingness of this? It's just so beautiful. I just can't. I can't. This is the reason why I have a hard time spending $300 on like 5 singles from other brands where I can get the same quality in a brand that gives it to me in an affordable price, but just as good quality of it. If you look at this palette as well, you guys, I'm going to show you with this thing right here. You could split this by 6s and see, look, this 6 pan right here is more warm tone. It has the 2 warm tone shadows in there and then more of your greens and yellow. And if you do the other side, you guys, it's more purple. See that? It's a more purpley palette, so you can split it that way. I gravitated more towards this side today, so you'll see that in the look. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. It might look a little bit all over the place, but if you split the palette, you'll see that you can kind of reach for which side are a warm and cool tone on both sides. There is nothing that I can say negatively about this palette, with the exception of if I am thinking outside the box out of my own personal preferences, and maybe the downfalls for some of you guys. One, it's not a neutral palette. If you do not like some sort of color in your makeup look, you might not like this. If you want to stick to browns, cool tones, neutrals, everyday kind of shades, then maybe this isn't for you. This is probably not going to be for you. If you're somebody who doesn't like glitter toppers and you rather have like a metallic with glitter, this is also not for you. Not necessarily because you're not getting that, it's because the whole palette is not made that way. So that could be another downfall. The other downfall that I do see is the mattes. Some of you may have a harder time using these mattes, not because of the quality, but maybe because of the tone of them. You may want a deeper one. There is no lighter shades mattes in here. The only 2 deep mattes you're getting is a brown and a purple. So your look is either going to go brown or purple. You're not going to go either way unless you are picking just another matte in here. So you're not getting a ton of mattes to work with, but in all honesty, this palette for me, it just shows that the shimmers are what's supposed to be shining here anyway. I, for one, whenever I do a look with a palette that's kind of like this, I don't go crazy. I don't go ham. I just pick 1 or 2 mattes to work with, and I let the shimmer, the multi-chrome, the glitter topper be the star of the show. So that's what I am doing today. I wanted to, for this eye look, really think about, Alex, how would you use this going to work? I know a lot of us have 9-to-5 jobs, have jobs where you don't feel comfortable, or maybe it's not the place to wear these bright shimmery shades. So how can I, putting myself out there, if I were to purchase this palette, how can I use it to the fullest and be able to use it to go to work and not feel like I can only use this on the weekend? So that's the eye look that I decided to do today. I would wear this to work, and in person, if you look at it, it looks like a very soft, ethereal, fairy tale, whimsical kind of look. It doesn't look like it's in your face. It doesn't look like I have glitter all over the place. It doesn't look like I try too hard. I genuinely only used 2 shades out of this palette to come up with this eye look. You don't have to use every single shadow in here to make a look. I am not for someone who does 10 different shadows on one eye just to show what the palette can do. I don't feel like that's how most people do their makeup. I do it as, what's the minimal amount of eye shadows I can use in a look to make a look put together. A combination. Like me, I only do like 3, 4 if I'm feeling that extra that day, but typically it's 2 to 3 shadows that I use in an eye look. It's not that much for an everyday look for me, even when I film, even in an intricate look. You don't have to use so many shadows to come up with an eye look if you don't want to. It can still be done without that. So that's what I wanted to push myself to use for today. This palette, like I said, overall, my thoughts on this is I absolutely love it. You guys know I love this brand already, so that might be a bias thing, but seriously, she still does not cop out on the quality. as much as she keeps doing it, these are made in Italy. You can expect something beautiful. This brand reminds me a lot of Nabla Cosmetics. If you've tried some of their shadows and things, you may have an idea, an indication of what you're expecting here. The creamy, buttery type of mattes, the beautiful shimmery, metallic-y, glistening type of eyeshadows, and then to top off some multi-chromes and some duochromes, which I find fascinating that this brand can get that done in a quality place and not hike up the price as much as other brands claim that it costs so much to make. I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just saying overall, when I see these marketing and advertisings for these indie brands that are charging so much for these duochromes, multichromes, where you can get something as good as that in here, and how often are you using them? In all honesty, how often are you using them? Most of the time, I'm using one, maybe 2, 3 times a week, if that, to be honest with you. I'm not using them every single day. It's for me, it's just not my thing. I would love to, but I have kids. I have to look. I feel like if I don't want to stand out too much, you guys. You know me. I don't like to stand out, and those would make me stand out. Unless I want it to, then I'll go full on. But for me, it's just like 2, 3 times a week. This is something that I would wear to work and feel comfortable with. I wouldn't feel like I'm out of place or too much. And this is even still, like, for other people, it's a lot. But for me, it's not. It really isn't. It's beautiful. But it is a beautiful palette. In here, you're seeing how much grams you're getting. You're getting overall 10.3 grams of product for $45, and even the back of the packaging still has some sort of design. She doesn't cop out on it. I think she does a wonderful, wonderful job with her releases. She really thinks them through. And the other thing that I love about this brand is they're not releasing something new every other week where we cannot keep up and appreciate the releases. The last time she released a palette was almost a year ago, I believe. It's more than 6 months. And you guys, I appreciate that. I'm somebody who's old school like that, and I appreciate it because it makes me love the brand, 1, overall more. 2, I can save up for anything that I want to purchase additionally from the brand. And 3, I can genuinely use the product without feeling like I am far behind because she released 3 more things while I'm still trying to play around with this one. I can fully enjoy this one. I bet you I can enjoy this one all the way until springtime and get my full love with it before she starts to think of her new release that she does. And I love the fact that she rotates her releases. It's not an eyeshadow palette every time. Highlighters, a mascara, brushes, then another palette, so she gives you a little bit of everything where you're not overwhelmed. So I can appreciate that very, very much. Like I said, I will put everything down in the description box. You are going to now see this look that I put together. Like I said, I wanted to do something that I would use on an everyday basis. How would I use this palette to and feel comfortable with it outside and not look like I did this whole artwork thing? I just wanted something. I wanted to put this palette to the test. Alrighty, guys, that's all that I have for you guys today. Stay tuned. If you want to see this look, it'll be rather easy. Easy and quick. I put the 2 words together. Easy and quick for an everyday look. You guys, I'm running errands today. I am out the door after this video running errands, so I will not be embarrassed to wear this out. I really do love it. 2 thumbs up from me for this palette. It's amazing. That's all, you guys. All right. I'll see you in the tutorial. Okay, so I think we're going to go with the purples. We're going to use this shade Spikes all over the lid into the crease to get a nice look. I'm going to go into the shade Magic. I want to do this shade right here. I'm going to go back into Spikes and put it on the lower lash line.